Hello and welcome to PlayStation Racer. My name is Mitchell Morgan and today I've got a video about the best daily race B that I've had in a long time. We're at the Red Bull Ring in Austria and we are in a lobby of mixed DR ratings. We've got some A pluses, some A's, B's, but quite a few A and A pluses. So I am very much out of my comfort zone in this one. Plus, if you'll notice, we've got Bazak Kator at the top and also Kushti. Those of you that follow me will know that Kushti is a personal friend and he's in a room which is going to give me a bit of extra pressure, and I'm starting in 6th place at the moment. And the car behind is also a car that I've been up against this evening, NJ Racing Neo, very quick, and so we're really going to have our work cut out. Now stick till the end of the race for this one, because you are going to see one of the closest finishes ever in a Gran Turismo race. It's me and some of the other cars. It's not for first place, but it is the closest multi-car finish that I have seen for the longest time. So let's dive into the replay and we'll have a look. The first thing I'm going to do is just to turn on the replay options so that we can see all of the information. I'm not going to hide the names as I normally do, because there's absolutely no need to do that in this particular race. And at the moment I'm lining up 10th. I've got Ads in 9th in front and I've got Ham Lewiston behind me, and we're really going to be running very close to these cars all the way through. You've got to bear in mind that at this point as we start, my mind is very much on the calibre of people within this particular race, and can I hold this position and can I keep this race tidy? Because one of the things with the Red Bull Ring this week, as you see these cars, they're getting right over to the right hand side, and the track limits is a real problem around here, and it is something that really caused me some difficulties. So let's just join the follow cam for the moment, and as we come around into the second corner, you've got some brake dust or smoke or whatever going on up the front, a couple of cars off. Or NJ Racing Ewan comes on massively and cannibals into the side of Ads. I think you can say that that was an unsafe rejoin. No penalty for it, surprisingly, but Enzo Man has got a penalty and we managed to come through there. So we've made up a few places just in the first few corners. If I just drop back to Ham Lewiston behind, then we can just watch these cars just run through these corners. Again, over to the right hand side, sweeping across to the left, just picking up the apex there, just trying to keep the power on, but also you'll notice I'm trying to keep the white lines down the middle of the car. And you'll notice that Ham Lewiston, who's a better driver than me, the lines that he's taking is using more of the track, but I'm a bit conscious about that because of the track limits around here, and I really didn't want to pick up any penalties. So let's just go on board in my car and I'll just take you for a trip around the track. So at the moment one of the cars up the front has got a penalty, so my mind is to try and get on the cars in front. Moving over to the left, just getting that line down the middle of the car, third gear as we go over that corner, being careful not to go too wide on the exit, otherwise we're going to pick up a penalty. So we're reasonably close to Ads at the moment, which is quite good, but we have got Ham Lewiston right on my back bumper. I'm probably going to call him Ham from here on. Braking at the beginning of those dark marks on the track, getting all the way down into first or second gear. I thought Ads was going to go wide there, but he didn't. He managed to gather that all up. And then just a straight run down to the gravel corner, what I refer to as a gravel corner because you've got gravel on the exit, and very often I was being pushed into that. So we've got Ham and Ewan having a bit of a battle behind us. Looks like Han has made the most of that, but then Ewan comes through with a bit of a nudge on the way through. So I'm a bit minded that he's a little bit racy, and I need to be very careful to make sure that I don't get myself into any issues and being run off the track. Still in 7th place at the moment, coming round to the latter part of the lap. We've got a car up the front who's about to serve a penalty. He dives across to the right, which is really good, and stays out of the way. Unfortunately, he unghosts just before we get to him. So I'm going to tuck behind Nitron right now. You can see he's got a much wider line than me through there. That does open up the final corner, which means that he's going to get a little bit more of a drive away from the line, and Ewan behind me has also got a good drive and slipstreaming. So I'm going to pull across to the left hand side here, watch for the braking point. I've got a little bit deep into there, being very careful not to get a penalty. Oh, but we actually got a little bit wide as we went through there. Let's just do a rewind on that one and just have a look at it from the cars behind's point of view. So this is the car behind. I'm just going to go for the follow cam on this one. So we come into the corner. I've gone over to the right a little bit. He's taken a similar line, but then I've gone a little bit deep, and I do actually get a little bit of a nudge off the track there, which then puts me over, and I think we'll probably pick up a penalty for that one, which is a real shame. Let's just go back on board. So if we come down into this corner, again I'm a little bit middle of the track now, defending from Ham Lewiston behind. That didn't really pan off too well, and he's actually tried to go around the outside of me, which is probably going to pick up a penalty for. I'm not quite sure. I might have given him enough room. He may well have managed to keep a tyre on the track. It looks like he did. So now I'm going to need to be very, very brave through here. We'll go to the left, try to get the swapperoo on, and then when I've got the outside, it's going to be very, very difficult to go around the outside here. Let's just pick up this view. Oh, looks like very, very tight. What I'm going to do actually, because this is pretty cool here, I'm just going to do the follow cam. So he goes, I go to the left, then I cut across to try and get on the inside of this corner. That is then going to put me on the outside for the next corner, which is always a problem. So I'm braking late. I'm then going to keep a wide line here, just giving Ham Lewiston a little bit of room on the inside, just a car's width. Here again, same again, just trying to give him a little bit of room, making sure that I don't actually cut his nose off. I think he backed out thinking I was going to sweep across, but I didn't, and we managed to both get through that complex really respectfully and really, really nicely. And I was thoroughly enjoying the battle with Ham Lewiston around this track. Very, very respectful. I think he's a better driver than me, and I think he probably thought he could overtake me anywhere, and I think he probably could. He gets a slightly better exit from me, but no, he tucks in behind. I don't know whether he's an A-rated driver and realised I was a B. But he goes up the inside looking for a move here. It's not quite on. He knows I'm going to cut across. So really, should I have cut across? Possibly not. Did he realise what I was going to do because he's been following me? Probably. So I think he's a more experienced racer than I am, and just picking his time, probably waiting for me to get a penalty actually. I wouldn't be surprised, and that's how I want to try and start to run my races, is just sit behind somebody like this and then wait for them to get a penalty, and then you can pounce and take the place nice and cleanly. Although here it looks like he might be looking for a line down the inside into the gravel corner. I've left my braking late. I've taken my normal line through there, is the one that I've been taking when qualifying. Was that a bit naughty? Possibly, but again, he knows how I'm driving. He clearly knows what my skill set is, and it's not that great, and he's just giving me that little bit of courtesy and a little bit of care, so that he doesn't take both of us out at the end of the day. You can see his lines are a little bit better than mine, but I am racing as hard as I possibly can to try and keep Ham behind. So we're in 8th place now, and one up from where we started. Oh, Ham's gone a little bit wide there, put a wheel on the green stuff. It's so very easy to do that, and he picks up a penalty. So that means now that if I can just keep this distance, then I should be able to keep that place. And with the last lap, I'm going to really, really push it and see if I can keep this place ahead of Ham. So back, just following with me. Up ahead, we got two cars having a battle. We've got two cars in front of them just going into the corner. These two have a bit of a bump on the corner. Ham is going to try and go around the outside again. I've just gone to the outside. Was that Was that fair? Was that not? I'm not quite sure. Everybody's been doing that to me all week, so it's just too bad, I'm afraid, and I just kept pushing it. He's actually got a 1 second penalty now, and he just lets me go up the inside here, just backs out a little bit. Again, we're side by side, really respectful, I think, from both of us. So I'm trying to race as best I can. He knows we're cutting across. I'm just trying to leave some room. Nitron is off the track. Ham needs to take some avoiding action. That promotes me up into 7th place. And then Ham is going to come around this corner. He's got a nice run, but he's got that penalty to serve, which puts him way off the case. NJ Racing comes storming through. I get a good run on ads, or he just comes and catches my wing, which unsettles me a little bit. We're then just pushing a little bit through here. I just run him a little bit wide, but I've left him room, and NJR is right on the line, and this is going to be really, really, really close. So who on earth gets that place? Well, you can see I got 6th, NJ Racing got 7th, Ham Lewiston was 8th, and it was really, really, really close on the line. So let's just have a look at that in slow motion. So Ham Lewis has served his penalty, which has enabled the NJR car that we're looking at and riding on board to get a really good run. As we go into the corner, Ads has left the door open a little bit. There's a little nudge on the way through. He tries to close the door a little bit too late on me, and that puts him wide and into a penalty. Nudging again just to try and get back on the track. I really haven't got anywhere to go. I've decided I'm going to tough this one out. NGR is coming through really, really quickly. I've just given Ads enough room on the outside, and then it just becomes this 3-car run right the way to the line and as close as you like. So just in the walk mode, we'll just have a look around, and you can just see how close this is. You can see that I'm just over the line, just ahead of Ads in the white Mazda. Unfortunately, has got that penalty to spare. But remember that the blue car, the Mazda closest to us, was closing at a far greater speed, and just a moment or two later, he'd have hit that line before I did. It really doesn't get much closer than that. So anyway, I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new around here, please hit the subscribe button. And I look forward to seeing you on another video coming very, very soon. For now, take care. Bye-bye.